Welcome back to the Butts and Stuff podcast. I'm your host, Chris, here with my co-host, Jazz.
Mr. Newbie Q.
Mr. Newbie Q himself. We were just talking last podcast. I forgot to play it.
Welcome to Newbie Q.
I love the bass drop in that.
You know, I thought about redoing that, but I don't think I can get my kids to cooperate.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I just don't think they'd do it. They'd be like, "Yeah, welcome to."
That was a one-time thing.
It was a one-time shot.
Well, at least it came out like it did.
Yeah. Some things I've done worked well. A lot of things I've done have not worked well.
Well, that's the story of life, in my opinion. But
by the way, I think we need to change the intro music
okay,
because it like cuts off.
Yeah.
And it bothered me. It's just like, darn. Oh, we're live.
Yeah, you won't hear that.
Oh, okay.
It'll fade down.
Oh, it'll fade. Oh, okay. Well, just me then. All right.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll keep it.
So-
It's fine. Sounds
Hey.
good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So
What's up?
we're back.
Yeah.
What's
right
new in
before
your life?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
My favorite time of year.
couple days, all the food on the table.
Oh, I cannot wait to go to Grandma's house. Let me tell you.
What is your big Thanksgiving plans?
Usually we just go to her grandma's.
Yeah.
I don't have any grandparents anymore, so
Yeah.
we go to her grandma's. Grandma's still around. She's a great cook. Let me tell you.
Great cook.
Yo, I
Likes to
love
cook.
grandmas
Full
can
spread.
cook,
They can.
and she's a grandma that can cook. Let me
Yes.
tell you. I mean that is a spread every year. It's awesome.
It's nice to have people like that cook a spread.
Oh yeah, she does the ham and the deviled eggs, and I'm like, whew, them deviled eggs go by fast. I don't even like deviled eggs, but I'll tell you what, they go by real quick. You know, all the little stuff, all the the pumpkin pies, all that stuff. Oh, so good.
So we tried making let me rephrase this. We made a all homemade pumpkin pie last week
Yeah.
as a trial because we're hosting Thanksgiving for both families.
Oh.
So we got the sugar pumpkins and roasted them and carved them, and I tell you what, it was actually really, really good.
Really? I've made a pumpkin pie once. I'll leave that to somebody else.
So it wasn't that hard.
You know?
I followed a recipe kind of instead of doing it on my own.
Yeah.
The guy that I watched did 3 pumpkins.
Yeah.
He roasted 3, 6-pound pumpkins, something like that. Way more filling than we needed.
Oh,
So,
really?
We ended up having to freeze some of it. So when
So
I do
what
them
do you
this
do?
week,
Do you take all the stuff out of the inside
So
and then just
you-
roast it, or like
you
how do
cut
you?
it in half,
Yeah.
or you cut the top off, and then you cut the whole pumpkin in half and carve out the loose stuff.
Yeah.
So it still has the thick wall.
Okay.
You put oil on it, put it in the oven for, I believe it was an hour at 400 degrees,
Yeah.
and the skin just peels off.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
And you put it in a food processor, and there you go. You have your filling.
So you don't add anything else to the filling, or you?
You do sweetened condensed milk,
Yeah.
but other than that, that's all the filling is.
Why? Why was I not called?
Well,
Why was there not a phone call made?
Here-
I
here in
Damn it.
about 2 days, there's going to be another one floating around.
okay, because I love some pumpkin pie.
So we'll have to make you
Little-
one.
Little known fact, I will devour an entire pumpkin pie by myself.
Well, you think you could do it in the 30 minutes of this podcast?
You know what? I probably could.
So-
Give me some Cool Whip.
See, we didn't even use Cool Whip. She made a homemade whip, just heavy whipping
Oh.
cream.
Really?
Yes,
Ooh,
it
that
was-
sounds good.
everything was homemade.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll even you get one of them cheap ones from the store and just throw some Cool Whip on it.
Oh.
Oh man.
Are you a 50% Cool Whip or 100%?
Oh no, you gotta cover that
you
sucker.
gotta have it on all sides.
You ever seen that picture floating around where you like it's all Cool Whip and you just see this little dot of
Yep.
pumpkin pie? That's me.
Oh,
Oh, 100%.
you're one of those guys.
Oh, I mean, it's so good. I mean, it makes it so sweet and all that sugar.
Yeah.
You're just about in that coma from all the food, and then you just take it over the edge, and you're just like total food coma.
That's it.
That's the one.
There's
That's
the
how you do it.
coma.
Yeah,
Let's go night, right?
yeah. Let's just take a nap.
Let's.
Oh yeah,
I just ate my pumpkin pie.
yeah. Sitting at
turkey.
grandma's house, and it's like 90 degrees. It's inside.
I had that sound, so I needed to use it.
She had it. She always has the heater on with like 20 people in her house. And the oven's running.
I can't do that. I'd
You
be
get done
sweating.
eating, you're already sweating. You get that pumpkin pie down. You go sit in the chair in the living room and turn on TV, and
So we also tried making an apple pie. Let me tell you, that one did not work out.
Really?
Don't know what we did wrong, but
Do you normally like apple pie?
I'm actually not a sweets person.
Yeah.
But we're hosting Thanksgiving, I want to go over the top, of course.
Oh, awesome. Oh,
So,
yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Someone's talking. Are we talking? You talking? But yeah, well,
Yeah, I know.
okay, so apple pie.
Yes.
Okay, obviously, nothing's more American than apple pie.
Right.
I do not mind an apple pie.
Right.
But if you aren't 100% an apple pie kind of eater and you try to eat apple pie, like I feel like if you gotta like apple to like apple pie.
Do you put the scoop
You know
of
what I
ice
mean?
cream on top?
Oh yeah. See, it's like peach pie. Like I like peach pie or peach cobbler. Excuse me. Let's go with peach cobbler, not peach pie. Peach cobbler is like
Peach
my
cobbler.
favorite. Yeah, you gotta put peach cobbler with a big old scoop of vanilla ice cream on there.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, that's the way to go.
Warm cobbler.
Oh yeah, warm cobbler. Get that. Was it like brown sugar or something? Some sugar. Is it brown sugar? I think it's brown sugar.
I don't actually know a whole lot.
I don't know.
about
I've never
peach
actually made a peach cobbler. Maybe I have to make one now.
There you go. So you just got to try things.
Ooh, peach cobbler in a smoker. That sounds good.
Ooh, that does sound good.
I should try that.
Cast iron skillet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
Cast iron,
So-
dude. Oh, speaking of cast iron,
Yeah.
so we got. I know it's probably not something we should talk about today. Maybe another podcast, but I'll bring it up a little bit because I really want to do some more cast iron stuff.
Yes.
I want to do a Dutch oven, and not the Dutch oven that most people think about. I want to do the cast iron Dutch oven that you cook.
Yes.
You know,
So
Like-
do you have a Dutch oven?
I do not. I want
Okay.
one.
Oh.
It's on my Christmas list.
Wow.
'Cause I really want a Dutch oven.
There you go.
Yeah, I want to.
Mrs. BBQ, if you're listening.
That's right.
Dutch
We
oven.
talked about it the other day because I said her grandma was somewhere, and I talk about her grandma all the time. Her grandma, she found me a small crock pot so I can heat up like sauces and cheeses and stuff.
Oh, just
A little bitty
yeah,
one,
a little, like
little,
one pint.
yeah. And I saw in the picture that they had wherever she was at had some cast iron, and I was like, oh dang, I should have got a hold of her about the cast iron.
Grab me one of them.
Yeah, I got a cast iron skillet. I've done some
Yep.
stuff with that, but I really want like the Dutch oven
Yeah.
and
We've used it when we were camping and stuff, trying to make. I think we made biscuits or cinnamon rolls in it one time.
oh yeah, see, I want to do like cinnamon rolls. Oh, I had cinnamon rolls one time. We went camping with some friends,
Oh,
and they did cinnamon rolls and a peach cobbler and stuff. They did all that stuff like all weekend long. They were cooking stuff, and he was doing the Dutch oven. Oh, so good.
people can make some good stuff in a Dutch oven.
Oh man, I know. That's why I'm like, I really want to try this. This is
Yes.
gonna be my thing for next year. So if you watch my channel,
Yes.
be prepared. There's
Be
gonna be some
prepared
Dutch
for the
oven
Dutch
stuff,
oven.
because I want one. I want one bad.
So we're gonna have to get on some Dutch oven recipes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the next podcasts we do, I'll have to do some Dutch oven.
Yeah,
because
absolutely. We'll give you some
Maybe-
tips.
I don't know if I don't know if I'll have one by then. They're trying to, but maybe in the future. Let's put that on the list for in
There
the
you
future.
go. We'll put it on the future.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're gonna get out of cooking Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah. We won't cook anything.
Okay.
We might do a ham and take it.
Yeah.
But 'cause I don't mind doing a ham. I like cooking ham. I
So-
love cooking ham on my drum. That's the best.
So how do you do your hams?
Usually I just get that, is it the spiral cut? It's basically already cooked.
Yep.
So you just take it and throw it on the drum smoker, and I put a little seasoning. I use mustard as a binder.
Okay.
Okay. So I found this mustard, and it's a honey mustard with bacon.
Oh,
And it's
everybody loves bacon.
Dude, this mustard is the bomb. I can't remember who makes it, but I'll
Right.
have to look it up. But it is the best mustard I've ever had.
Oh,
And I will slather some of that mustard on the outside, and then I use usually some of that honey hog. I use some
Okay,
honey
yeah,
hog on the outside.
yeah.
That always works for very good. Anything sweet, kind of brown sugary, honey, that kind of stuff. Just anything sweet seasoning.
yeah. I'm a big fan of honey hog.
Yeah, honey hog seems to work about the best. But yeah, put that on the outside. Throw it on a smoker, let it cook, and then I usually make a very, very simple sauce.
Right.
Just I won't give away my secrets, but basically I use a sugar-free soda,
Okay.
okay, and I mix it with my favorite sauce,
Okay.
which is a very sweet sauce,
Okay.
okay. Mix it down so it's not real watery but thin,
Right.
because you want to just kind of baste it on there.
Okay.
So use that, cover it, and just you do that 2-3 times.
So do you lay it on its side or do you stand it on its end
Oh, standing on its end.
and then
Yeah.
get in between the layers?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I don't put a lot of my seasoning in between the layers.
Okay.
I just try to keep the seasoning to the outside.
How do you keep your
the
edges from
sauce in it.
getting crispy?
I don't know. I don't know that it matters because it's still good.
It's always good.
I mean, it's still good. I guess with a drum, you don't have to worry about it that much because it's not like right on top of the. I mean, it is on top of the fire, but there's enough of a damper in there that or a diffuser or whatever. It just kind of
Right.
keeps it from burning.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't let it go too long. I mean,
Well, the only one I've
gotta
ever
just get it to the
done
right
is
temperature.
been in a pellet grill,
yeah.
and I think I had it laid on its side, so the edges kind of curled a little. Granted, it was probably like a little 2-pound quarter of a ham, but
Yeah.
so,
It might have just been too much heat.
Very
Maybe
well
cooked
could be.
cooked it too fast,
Very
too
well
hot,
could
too hot,
be.
too fast, something like that. Because I usually cook it pretty low, that
Yeah.
220, 225. But yeah, I don't know. I just stand it straight up and down, and then the bottom gets cooked a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it's still so good.
so good.
Yeah, as long as you don't burn it, you really
Right.
can't go wrong with it. I guess I don't know. I never had one curl. I don't know if it makes it taste any less. Or,
It just seemed like the edges were a little crispy, but still good. Oh,
Yeah.
still good.
Yeah.
So, have you? What experiences do you have with turkey?
I would say 0.
0.
I want to do I want to do some deep fried turkey. I've also been looking at getting the deep fryer. I don't have a
Yes.
deep fryer. That's my biggest problem.
I've looked at it, but
I've wanted one for a long time, but I don't know, just never bought one.
I just got into smoked turkey and I love doing it.
Yeah,
It's just
you done a lot of smoked turkeys?
I've done about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Not yet a professional, but
I'm just so I've never done a turkey,
right.
so I don't know. I guess it's not that I don't know how. I get the whole point of it,
Right.
obviously, and I know I can come up with the seasoning and the
Yeah.
sauce and whatever. I can do all that, but it's just there's so many things that could go wrong.
Yeah, it is. So even though I know what I'm doing, I do a test
Yeah,
2 weeks before. So when this episode airs, it will be sitting in its brine.
yeah.
So,
So that's the other thing too. I've never brined one,
oh,
so I need to learn how to do that.
the biggest thing, wash it when you're done because
Yeah.
it will get salty really, really fast.
I learned doing a salt brine on a
Yes.
steak, and if you don't know what you're doing, let me tell you, it gets really salty.
So
I
Fun-
messed one up before. Oh, buddy.
fun story on a fail.
I love
wanted-
fails.
I
That's what
wanted to
makes us
make-
great cooks.
I know, right? I wanted to make bacon. Got a piece of slide. I got this bacon cure. All right. It's got a cure for 1 week in the fridge. Got it. Not a problem. I was so excited to make it. Didn't even rinse it off. Threw it straight in the smoker. You couldn't eat it. It was so salty.
Oh, I can imagine. That's how that steak was. The first time I did a salt brine, I did a video. there is a video somewhere, and it's been so long ago now. I can't remember how I did it, but I know I messed it up the first time. I ended up having to scrap the first video and do it all again
no.
because I did not wash the first one off. And I was like, oh, it's fine. Just dust it off, get all that out of there. No big deal. Whatever. It's fine. Good to go. No, you couldn't eat that first steak.
So on video, how many times have you tasted your food and have to hold back?
I don't think I've ever had where on film, I've had to fake it.
Right.
I've never had to do that. There has been several videos that I've scrapped because I'm like, okay, this video just failed, and
Right.
I can't even make a video out of this.
I can't even salvage this.
Yeah. I believe it was last Christmas.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember this or not. We were at a Christmas together.
Okay.
Little do some of these people know that we have a joint family Christmas.
We do.
And even though we're not related, we're related. We're sort of related, not really related. I don't know how you look at that, but anyway, it's not the point.
Yeah.
So we had this Christmas, and when I was showing the video, maybe it wasn't Christmas. When was it? Wasn't it a birthday? Maybe it was a birthday. I was showing you the video of I tried to make a steak video, and I dropped the steak.
Oh, I believe that was a birthday.
Was that a birthday?
do.
That may have been
Yep.
one of the kids. It may have been Max's birthday, my son's birthday, right after Christmas, because we were sharing that video around. Yeah,
Yep.
that was one I scrapped the whole video because I couldn't. I was like, I just can't. I can't do this.
Yep,
I can't
I
pick it
remember
up
that.
and pretend like I didn't just drop the steak on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, how do you come back from that?
Yeah, exactly. I was just, and I was
5-second rule.
Well, and I was so angry about it that you would have known from one scene to the next, just by the look on my face,
Right.
that something happened. Because I was so mad that I dropped that steak.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, you just can't. You just have to
Some of
scrap
these,
it and try it again.
you know, I've seen you do a couple of, funny comical reels and stuff like that. And that's just one for that. You know, this is the realities of cooking.
I wish back then, I don't think I was really doing anything on TikTok back then, which I haven't really done a whole lot of TikTok lately. But I wish back then I was doing a lot more of it, because that would have been a great one for TikTok, because it would have been awesome. But yeah, I completely I dropped it. And
Yeah, I mean, what can you do?
oh yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Oh jeez,
You have those moments.
Yeah. But no, taste wise, I don't think I've ever had to fake it.
Yeah, good.
You know, the only thing I can say is I was shocked at the TikTok shells, the shotgun shells.
The shotgun shells.
Yeah, because those you gotta really. I should have tried it before I did it.
Yeah,
because I came back later, was like, even at the end, I was like, ooh, it's crunchy. Like,
yeah. See, I don't know how you can take pasta in a smoker, and I personally never made them.
Well, supposedly, what I didn't do was you should have boiled it first.
Get it al dente.
And get it nice and soft, and then throw everything in it and around it and all that, and then put it in the smoker.
Well, that would probably help.
But I did not.
Well,
so when I did it, because what I understood was like the fat from the bacon would make it soft.
Right.
And it did not.
It did not.
It did not. Well, the bacon shrank up.
Okay.
So you got to have enough bacon for it to not shrink up entirely. So you have to almost over bacon it. So and you got to boil it first.
So bacon weaves. While we're on the topic of bacon,
yeah,
how do you pull off a successful bacon weave?
I'll tell you, it takes some work, because I did a bacon weave pork loin.
Okay,
and it worked really well, but it took some time, because you have to weave it on a cutting board or something first, and try to roll it over.
Yeah, roll it over.
And yeah, you got to have the parchment paper, your wax paper, something down, and then try to roll over on top of it. Because otherwise, it doesn't really work. And bacon weaving itself is a challenge.
It is.
So yeah,
it's an art.
It is an art form.
So
100% an art form.
So guys, we're gonna take a quick break, real quick. We're talking about bacon weaving.
Bacon weaving.
So what kind of utensils? We're going to move into utensils now.
Utensils.
Must have utensils.
Yo, the boning knife.
Boning knife.
Yeah, boning knife is probably my favorite. I use that for everything.
I do too.
And I don't know. I found this one pretty cheap. I think I paid like $10 for it or something. It has been the best one. I've been trying to find this brand that makes this knife to buy the rest.
It's the Marlin brand, is it?
It's the Marlin brand.
Oh,
have you found those too?
I have not. I found them online, but there was someone local to us that had them.
Yep.
And I wish that I would have
just went out of business,
more.
And I was like, oh, and back to Kayla's grandma. Yep. She was like, hey, they got stuff like 50% off or 75% off. I was like, look for these knives because I want some. And she went back and they had like one butter knife left.
Yeah. Who needs a butter knife in barbecue?
Needs that? They had a cleaver, and we were talking to cleavers earlier.
Yes.
But they had a cleaver, and I really wanted it. It was like $20, like $23.
Right.
But it was big, it was heavy, and I was like, that is perfect. And I never went back to buy it, and I should have, and I'm kicking myself in the butt. So Marlin brand knives, hit us up. We need some sponsors.
We like your knives.
Yeah,
and honestly, they're a kind of a commercial knife.
Yeah, they have that plastic poly handle to them.
Right.
And it's I don't know. I guess it's probably just a little more sanitary, I guess.
I think that's what it is. I found them at Sam's Club, the knockoff brands.
Yeah, the knockoff ones.
They're just not as good.
Yeah, and the Marlin brands, they seem to stay a lot sharper longer. At least mine do. Like I've not had a problem losing them from being sharp. You know what I mean? And I love them. I've got the boning knife, and I can't remember what the other one's called, but I have another one from them too. And oh man, they're great.
Yeah. So I've got the Oklahoma Joe's knife set with the cleaver and chef knife.
Yes.
And that
I was
chef
eyeballing
knife is
your
awesome.
chef knife. Is that what
Yes.
the one I was looking at earlier?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I may have to. I go about this time of year.
Yep.
I go and I usually have one day off of work, and I go and I do a bunch of shopping for barbecue stuff.
Yes.
And let me tell you, if I can find that Oklahoma Joe's knife while I'm out this time, I'm gonna pick it
Yeah.
up.
So my Oklahoma Joe knife set has a slicing knife, a utility knife, and then I think just a kind of a trimming knife.
Yeah.
And in my personal opinion, those 4 knives are must-haves.
Oh yeah.
You have to have a good knife set in barbecue.
I got a slicing knife that is just killer.
Oh.
That big slicing knife. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's from it's a company called Cast King.
Okay.
And Cast
yeah.
King actually makes a lot of like fishing stuff, fishing reels,
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yep.
They make a couple of like fillet knives and stuff too. But I have this giant slicing knife, and it is awesome.
It is the
I
bomb.
have sliced my fingers so many times with that knife.
Yeah.
It is great.
It is great. So, what kind of cutting boards are you using?
Well, so
little known fact.
Little known fact. I work for a company. I won't say the name. We'll just keep that between us. But it's a very well known cutting board company.
It is.
Because they're not sponsoring us, so I'm
That's
not,
right.
no free shout outs. Even though I already shouted out
Jazz's
Marlin
work.
knives and no, but I've gotten several cutting boards over the years. I do a lot of driving for them.
Yep.
So I found like we get a lot of like returns and stuff,
Right.
this and that, or boards that don't come up to par, and we
Right.
take them. And I found some kind of unique ones over the years and have bought them, and just because I needed them.
Yeah.
I probably
just
have
'cause
too
I wanted
many,
them.
to be honest with you. One of the cutting boards I have actually I didn't pay for, actually got as a gift.
Okay.
Sort of a gift. My grandparents died, and we were cleaning out one of their houses.
Mm-hmm.
We found this cutting board, and it was so old, but it's from the company that I work for.
Oh, wow.
And they don't use the logo anymore. They haven't done that in years upon years. I mean, this cutting board is just super old.
Right.
And so I actually still use that cutting board quite
Awesome.
a bit. Yeah.
That's a good story.
I did find one. We just recently went on a trip. I
Okay.
found this cutting board in Roatan.
Oh, yes.
And it's pretty neat. It has the like it says Roatan in it.
Mhm.
It's I don't know what they call that. What's that clear stuff they use? They make. I see a lot of cutting boards make where they do the
They
different
do like
colors
the
and
epoxy inlay.
epoxy. Yeah.
Yep.
It kind of has that with some different wood pieces in it, and it says
Yeah.
Roatan, and that's a pretty cool cutting board.
Yeah.
I've used it, I think, once in one of my videos, but I haven't done too much.
You've
with
got
it.
to have a good cutting board. You have to.
Oh yeah, and if you can find the solid chunk of wood instead of like the individual pieces like
Yes.
glued together, the solid ones are probably the best you can find.
Yes.
Yeah.
I use a good poly board when I'm trimming because I
Oh,
don't
yeah, I
like
do
to put
have a
raw
couple
meat
of
on the wood cutting boards.
Oh yeah. Got a couple
But,
of raw ones.
So
I took some heat in one of my I think it's like my 4th video.
yeah,
People grilled me literally because
no pun intended.
no pun intended. Because at the time I didn't have a poly cutting board. I just had I think it was that old cutting board,
Right.
and I had put my hamburger, raw uncooked hamburger, on it. And then later on, you saw me take the cooked hamburger off, put on it.
Right.
But people didn't notice that I went inside and washed it.
Yeah. What you don't see in the video.
Yeah, and people were like, "I can't believe you did that." And I'm like, "I mean, I watched the
Yeah. This video was filmed in real time.
Yeah, real time. I did not take this cutting board in and wash it.
Right.
So then I was like, oh god, now I got to go buy a freaking poly cutting board. So I did. I got a couple of those, but
Yep.
yeah, it's like, gosh, the internet can be so cruel sometimes.
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors,
So
keyboard chefs.
right. So what kind of general grilling tools? I mean, everyone has tongs. Everyone has spatulas. Anything specific that you use?
Speaking of tongs,
Mhm.
there's so many different types of tongs.
Right.
And I'm not even sure how I could describe this so people understand this, but you know how you get your tongs out of like your basic grilling kits?
Yep.
I don't like those. Did I ever tell you this?
No, this is
I
a
have
story
s-
I don't know.
I have so many of these. Okay, and I use them. I'll
Right.
use them, but I don't like them.
Okay.
When you go to say like a wedding and they have a big catering event.
Just those cheap catering tongs.
Those cheap catering tongs they're not just the big metal loop kind,
right.
It's like the full piece, looks like a
Right.
claw or whatever.
Yeah.
Those cheap ones, you can get them for like $4 or $5 or something, but they're all metal, stamped, whatever, springy. Those are the best. You cannot buy a better tong than that. I'm telling you.
So we have some of the very cheapest tongs that you get with catering.
Yeah.
I don't know. It maybe cost them $2 or something. Those are probably the best tongs I've ever had.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those $20 tong, throw them in the trash.
Yeah, those expensive ones you get with the kids.
Yeah.
I always used to get the Jim Beam kits at Christmas. That had like the tongs in and stuff. No, them things suck. I'm sorry. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I do not like those tongs. They're always sprung apart.
You're
when
right.
you try to hang them and stuff, like you can't just put it on a hanger or anything because
you get those cheap ones with the band that goes down to clamp it.
Yeah, exactly.
Best ones in the world.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's probably the best tong out there. Spatula wise though, I don't even really like the grilling ones.
I hardly ever use them.
The long handled ones,
Yeah.
I don't use them very much. I have two that are shorter and they have a wider base to it.
Right, like the hamburger ones.
Yeah, like kind of like the ones you get like with your Blackstones.
Right.
Except the Blackstone ones are like longer.
Right.
They're like griddle ones. But these ones you can get, they're shorter, but they're real wide, and those seem to work about the best as far as
the grill grate one is probably my favorite.
Now, is it? Oh yeah, the grill grate one. I didn't think about that. When it has because it goes in between the grates or in between the ribs or whatever.
Yep.
Do you call it a spatula or a flipper?
Oh, it's got to be a flipper for me. But
yeah, I always call it a spatula, but it really is just a flipper.
It's the flipper.
Because when I think of a spatula, I think of the thing you like use, like when you're making cake or something, like in a bowl, the little rubber whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always
spatula.
Yeah, that's a spatula. But I always say spatula.
That's like remote and clicker. Same debate.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, but we had this conversation before with some other friends about what is a spatula,
right?
And I think it said a spatula is like the thing you use like when you make like cake or whatever. You have that kind of spatula.
Yeah.
So it's not.
It's tomato.
Yeah. So technically, it's a flipper. It's like a burger flipper. But what do you use when you use like cook a steak? If say you're not using your grill grate, do you use like a burger flipper or do you use tongs?
I use a burger flipper.
Do you really?
I do.
I'm a tongue guy when it comes to that because I want to be able just to pick it up, flip it.
So looking, a spatula is.
Oh, you looked it up.
I did. What you would normally take cake batter and scrape a bowl with.
That's what I'm saying.
A spatula.
See, that is a spatula. That is not a. Yeah, well, it has a picture there.
It does
of a burger flipper.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not really a burger flipper. Just any kind of flipper. But what is it? So what does it say for that? Is it just a flipper?
Well, I looked up flippy thing, and that's not a
that
thing.
Flippy thing is probably not the official term of this. It's spatula or flippy thing.
It is a slotted kitchen turner.
Turner.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Everybody knows now. It's not a spatula. It is a turner.
It is a turner. Well,
I still like flippy thing.
Yeah, flippy thing's probably it's the certified
there you go.
Butts and stuff.
That's the butts and stuff stamp right there.
The butts and stuff stamp. We're gonna get some with our logo on it. We're gonna call it the flippy thingy.
Right there you go. Hey, we'll get that coming, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna get that on the way.
So
we'll find someone to make one of those for us.
So another thing I use religiously is a thermopen or digital instant read thermometer.
Yeah, I don't have a thermopen, but I have the instant read. You know what?
Thermopen. Are you listening?
Yeah, thermopen. I need one. I don't have one. I'll be honest with the instant read ones.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna hate me for saying this.
Uh-oh.
I have.
There goes all of our 2-3 listeners.
Here's the deal. As I went and I bought one, and this has been a while ago, and I just can't stop using it because every time I've tried to switch to something else, it just doesn't work as good.
Right.
But I have an expert grill version.
Oh.
From Walmart,
and it works. Expert.
That dang thing works the best. And the little metal piece on the end you actually stick in, the little probe part, has actually come off several times. But the wire is still inside of it. You just put it back in there, yeah. And it works. I mean, I have other different like thermometers and stuff, like the ones you leave in while you're grilling.
Right.
And
so you've hooked up with Meat Stick on your barbecue channel.
I did do some meat stick stuff. I got a couple of meat sticks now, and those things work great. There's nothing wrong with them, but when you're trying to do something like an instant deal,
Right, a meat stick's not there.
Right.
You need to poke and get out.
yeah, because sometimes you still want to, like, even though you cook like a pork butt or something,
Right.
you want to, know, okay, well, this side is reading this, but is the other side reading the
Right.
same? You kind of want to go back for it. Even like a steak, you could put a small meat stick mini in a steak, but I
Right.
still go back at the end and make sure that all
Right.
all the way around the
Right.
same. But yeah, that instant read, there's just nothing compares to that expert
No.
griller. It's hard to say, and people are gonna hate me for this, but yeah.
So with that, we have tried some more top of the line utensils, thermometer stuff like that, and some of the cheap stuff just works better.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be fooled by the price tag.
No.
You're like, oh, I'm going to get the one that costs $1,000.
Yeah.
Guess what? Sometimes those $1,000 things don't work as good as the $200
Here's a kitchen
one you can
experts,
get.
and here's a KitchenAid.
Yeah, exactly. Just you got to be careful, and you'll find that like over years of cooking too. You'll find that there's different things that
Right.
work better than others.
Yeah, don't be scared to use something cheap.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
Especially if you don't know, like if you're just getting into something,
right,
just get the cheap thing because it may be like, oh, okay, I need to get the better one because I see where it
Right.
could be better or whatever. Or you can get into it and be like, well, I'm glad I didn't buy the expensive one
Right.
because this is horrible. you
yeah,
know?
this flippy thing is not what I need.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, not all flippy things are created equal, folks.
Right.
I'm telling you right now. I have a whole drawer full of flippy things I don't use.
Yeah. As long as you're not putting them on the smoker, burning
Listen,
them.
since Christmas is coming around,
There you go.
okay, we're gonna discuss this.
1 month away.
Just because you're a barbecue guy, that we don't all need barbecue utensil sets at Christmas.
Yes.
I have a ton of utensils. I don't really need a whole lot more.
So last year, my wife, it may have been a couple years ago, my wife got me some with my name on it. She was so proud to see me open these. I'm like, let me just throw this in the drawer with the other 3 sets that I have.
Well, I got probably for 3 or 4 years straight from like 2 different people. Every year I'd get the Jim Beam
Yeah.
set. And I'd be real honest with you, the Jim Beam sauce, I didn't think it was that great.
Right.
We used it, but it just wasn't fantastic. But I got so many of those dang Jim Beam tongs that I use them when I have to.
Right.
But I don't like them. I really like the cheap ones better.
I just go back to Old Faithful here.
There's a company that does. I got kids, so my kids are in school, and they always do like the fundraisers.
Right.
And they have this. I think it's Rada. I probably shouldn't do this free shout outs, but
Well,
I think it's Rada that does it, and they have
Okay.
like some cheaper like knives and stuff. And I'll be honest, I have a couple of the knives. They're not bad.
yeah.
I mean, you got to keep them sharp, but they're not bad.
Keeping sharp is a key to any
I mean, it's
knife.
like a $6-7 knife, but
Right.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
They're made of stainless. They don't rust. They're not bad.
I've had some high-end knives that rust. And
right.
people are going to hate me for this. I am one. I put knives in a dishwasher because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
too lazy to hand wash them.
Oh, I'm 100% with you. I'm not. There's only a couple things I don't put in the dishwasher.
Right.
Like one, a cutting board. My wife,
Yeah.
she ruined a really nice cutting board that I had. But anyway, that you don't put in the dishwasher. I have a really nice plastic one I don't put in the dishwasher too because it's one of those
Right.
pop out
Yep.
ones.
Yep.
It turns into like
Well,
a
it doesn't get in the creases and get over. in
yeah,
between
exactly.
them,
Just things like that you don't want
Yeah.
to put in there. But I'm gonna put my knife in there. I don't care.
Some
And I don't
people
really have
say,
any-
Oh, it dulls it. It's water.
It's water. Listen, I don't have. You're still gonna put it in the water anyway. What does it matter?
Yeah. What does pressurized water do that hand water's not?
And you know what? I hate to tell you, but that dishwasher water can get a whole lot hotter than the water
Oh,
coming out of my
yeah.
sink.
So the keyboard warriors that are worried about sanitizing, there you go.
yeah, it's sanitizing. Yeah, just put it in the dishwasher. You can sanitize anything. I think when we were kids, I actually took a headlight and put it in a dishwasher. You remember that?
Yep, I do remember
It was
that.
a lawnmower headlight
Yep.
and took it and put it in
Trying
the
to get
dishwasher because it was yellow.
Yeah,
And we took it out. Dude, I'm telling you, the dishwasher is going to keep it sanitized.
it works.
Yeah. If you're worried about any kind of sanitation, just put it in the dishwasher.
The dishwasher of all tools.
Dishwashers are great. I mean, when they work,
Yeah.
just make sure you clean your. Did you know they have? I don't know if yours does. I didn't know this because at our old house we never had to do it. But they have like a little like trap you have to
They
clean out.
do. So if your dishwasher ever stinks, look for your trap.
Yeah. So ours at our house is it's really weird to take apart. But yeah, if you start having problems like not getting clean, yeah, make sure you go clean that little
Yeah.
filter or that little trap out. Because let me tell you, I didn't know it had that.
It'll scare you when you take that screen
Oh,
off.
it's horrible and it stinks.
Yes.
It's horrible.
It's got that white sludge. Ooh.
Oh yeah. that weird. Oh, and here where we live, we have that hard water.
Yeah.
Like, they say we don't. We do.
Yeah.
So it makes everything 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Than what it was.
So,
But what else you got?
well, that's about all I've got
yeah.
for today.
Thermodot. I don't have one of those. You have a Thermodot?
I do.
You have a dot?
I do.
I need to see your dot because
I
I
have
want
a
to buy
blue
one.
dot.
You have a blue dot?
I do.
Oh man, you're so lucky. I was gonna get a black one, but I never did buy one.
Well, mine's like a Bluetooth dot. But,
Oh,
you know.
well, I don't have a Bluetooth. Well, I have a Bluetooth. It's not a dot.
Right.
It's I think it's a Thermopro. Thermopro.
It is Thermopro.
Well, I have that one, and of course the meat sticks. Meat sticks are
Yep.
just the little sticks, but they're Bluetooth. They're
Yeah,
nice.
I think that's another thing that's a must-have when you're doing a long cook.
Yeah.
You have to have.
Oh, the
some
Bluetooth ones are
sort
the
of
greatest.
wireless
'Cause
thermometer.
you can throw one of them wireless thermometers in like a pork butt or whatever, and
Yep.
just sit inside and watch the game. You know, just take a nap.
Yeah, but I'm sitting here watching my phone the entire time because I'm like, this is just lazy. I've got my pellet grill and my wireless thermometer.
Yeah, I know it kind of takes the fun out of
Yeah.
it, but at the same time, it's like, well, it's like negative
Yeah.
3 outside. I don't really feel like
Here-
going out there right now.
Here in the Midwest, it's starting to get cold. So,
Yeah, it's going to be cold from here and out for the next like 4 months.
Yeah.
So,
so I'm not going outside.
I'm not. Yeah, wireless thermometer and a pellet grill.
That's right.
I can still come up with some good food.
Well, that's about all I've got on my list today.
All right. Well,
So-
where can they find you and I?
I tell you what, you can find me personally on Fire Mission Barbecue on Instagram.
I think we should do an Instagram for this.
Oh, I agree. So we'll get
Yeah.
on our social media.
Instagram, Facebook. We'll try to get all that together.
I'm not doing a TikTok.
We'll probably won't do a TikTok. I don't know if we start recording these.
Yeah.
We might have to do some TikTok, some funny moments.
We do have some video in the progress.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get this on video.
Yeah.
I think if we video this and put it on YouTube, I think it'd be awesome.
I do too. I do
Yeah.
too. People, you'll have to let us know. Do you like video or do you just like listening to us?
Because I personally, when I listen to podcasts, I watch the video podcasts. I
See-
don't listen to a whole lot on Spotify.
See, every podcast I listen to is in the car. So
Yeah. Well, I do too, but
Yeah.
I always stream it off of YouTube or whatever.
some
so.
of us are safe drivers.
Well, I'm I've been a driver for a long time. And I don't watch it. I just stream
Right.
it off there. But
Yeah. So where can they
So-
find you at?
you can find me at NewbieQ on YouTube, NEWBQ, or on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at NewbieQ2020. TikTok, NewbieQ Backyard Barbecue. I try to post some stuff on there, but I don't get around to it very often.
Yeah, join the NewbieQ Nation Facebook group.
Oh yeah, the NewbieQ. Yeah, I didn't say that in the last one.
That's right.
Gosh, I'm gonna have to write that down. Have a note of all
we're
the
gonna
places.
we're gonna have plugs.
Yeah, because NewbieQ Nation on Facebook. We even have a group you can join. You
Yes.
can talk. We can talk and chat.
Yep.
You know.
Guys, if you like what we're doing here, though, don't be scared. Follow, like us. Go ahead and rate us on any podcast streaming service that you might use. Shoot us a comment to buttsandstuffpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear feedback. If you got any questions, just shoot them there.
Yeah, I'd like to hear some questions. That way, I have some stuff to answer.
There you go. So, guys, it's been real. We'll see you.
All right, peace out.